What's going on, YouTube? Grass Leader Justin here. We've got a special video today. Obviously, I am the grass gym leader of the PMC crew. Grass-type Pokemon are almost always what I start with. And today, we're playing the top dog. He's one of the best Pokemon in the game right now, this patch. We're playing the Venusaur with the new buffed build, trying the... This is my favorite way to play Venusaur. This is always how I played him, even when it wasn't the best thing to do. But this is that frontline bruiser tanky kind of Venusaur where you run PedalDance and GigaDrain. It's really, really strong right now. It's probably, honestly, a little bit overtuned with all the combos, but we're definitely going to get into it. Make sure you guys like the video. Give it a nice thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. We hope today, with this new Venusaur guide build, is the day that we earn it. Without further ado, class is in session. Alright, so like I mentioned, the new build with Venusaur, or the new sort of popular thing with Venusaur, is the build that I've been running since kind of day one with him. The lag on Solar Beam is just not my personal taste. It's not bad, obviously, it's just not what I love. I play a lot of tanks and bruisers throughout my career in League of Legends as a jungler. Got up to Diamond 2 in jungle, playing mostly tank and bruiser junglers. So it was really my comfort zone to run the GigaDrain+PedalDance build early on. I have tried things like the Sludge Bomb with PedalDance, but right now it's just so good right now, the combo between these two using GigaDrain. So right now in this current patch, how it works, so when you activate GigaDrain, that's the first one you get when you evolve to Venu. You'll either get Sludge Bomb or GigaDrain. GigaDrain's a cone, does damage, and it heals you. But then after it heals you, you get a buff where you take reduced damage, and that got you get like a little, like a buffer to yourself where you take reduced damage. You see right here, me and the Crustle are just kind of poking around with this enemy Bulba. I sort of bait him in here, see if he wants to try to fight. He does. He doesn't have any backup, so he really overextends, and we're going to pick up this kill. But basically, the combo is right now, while we're farming, not really much to talk about in the early game. After you do GigaDrain, you take reduced damage. And then while PedalDance is up, every time that PedalDance deals damage to something, you get reduced cooldown on your GigaDrain. So here I overextend. I try to get the berry, because I figure, okay, they don't have a bot lane with them. And then obviously the Raboot shows up and he punishes me for that. Clearly it's just a misplay by me, but fear not. We were already ahead and we didn't give up that much. Our Haunter came down to back us up, and the Crustle was able to defend. They didn't score any points, so all in all, yeah, they did get a kill on me, which is unfortunate, but it's really not the end of the day. So as you can see here, we're not even 2 minutes of the game and I've already got Ivysaur. I've got GigaDrain. So basically, when you do the PedalDance, you get the move speed, you do the AoE tick around you, but you're also reducing the cooldown of GigaDrain, which the cooldown got buffed. The damage reduction got buffed this patch. That's why it's good this patch, is because of those buffs. The damage it's got good base damage. He doesn't scale off a special attack as well as some of the other special attackers in the game. It's actually a little lackluster in some of his stats. So you can totally use the, basically just the raw stats, kind of like a tank. And you see we 3v1 him again because they're just sort of leaving him on an island, and we just dunk the bot lane. And we're not really in any pressure. So we're just sort of roaming around. Again, this video is just going to be kind of a showcase of what the build can do. We have another guide coming out later this week, which will be from a practice match with the PMC crew. So I think there's 4 of us maybe in that game, and Brandon will help me do some commentary on that one, some voiceover work. So for this one, we just want to show off the build. That's the point here. So you can see that again, this dude is out of position. He's got a Crammy to help him, but he's just too low. Like, the Crustle can just go straight up and destroy him. The Crammy tries to use the new dive mechanics, but again, we just have too much sustain, too much damage reduction between, you know, the tanky there. In this game, I am running Score Shield, Buddy Barrier, and Wise Glasses. I have switched the Wise Glasses to Choice Specs. You can also do the exact same build where you take off the glasses completely and do Focus Band, do like a full tank build. They all work. He's got good base damages. I personally like the Choice Specs just because it gives you that extra burst. And you can see right there, we just burst the, even without it, we still burst the Raboot because he's just way alone. And, yeah, now we are going to go chase this Crammy. He's alone, so we know that he's not going to be taking the Crawdaunt. We're not really in danger of losing the turtle here. We just want to pick up this kill. So, I thought the GigaDrain might pick him up, but he lives with, like, just smidgens. He keeps getting away. But there we go. I popped the Pedal Dance, and the first tick of it just, boom, takes him out on the outside of that ring. The Crustle did shoot a Stealth Rock. He would have picked up the kill with that, regardless if I didn't. So, because they haven't really been paying attention to bot lane at all, and we're sort of just trouncing all over them, this is one of those weird solo queue games where we're just kind of face rolling them. Doesn't really, it wasn't really a challenge for most of this match, but again, that's not really the point. We just want to show off what the build is, what the build does. This is sort of the build guide video, and then we'll have like a team video later in the week that will maybe show off our personal PMC strats on how to use this character in a practice setting. So I'm just going to farm up. I'm going to rotate top because I see Rotom's coming up, and a lot of our team's already up there. As I'm going up here, Garchomp starts to sneak in bot. I haven't seen Garchomp all game. Not really worried. He doesn't have a huge number on the minimap, so I'm like, okay. Not going to go back down there. I just walked all the way up. Crammy's in the mid, though, and I'm like, okay. Might be able to mess with him. And I see the okay, start to go down, and the Garchomp now, our Garchomp, starts to take him. I'm like, okay, again, this is, I was a little discombobulated. I'm not on voice communications with any of these people. This is all just solo queue. So I'm kind of just guessing what my teammates are going to do, and sometimes I guess wrong. Again, that's not a problem at all. So we're going to go here for the big team fight. Go with the Garchomp. I'm going to drop my ulti down here, and we basically just one-shot everybody. It wasn't even really a fight. It was basically just everybody just there, and then 2 seconds later, everybody's dead. So you can see here with the GigaDrain and the Pedal Dance that we just absolutely murder all of like the jungle mobs, all of these camps of bees or whatever. Like we take them so quickly because of all the AoE tick damage. Excuse me. Had a little bit of a cold over the weekend. Sorry, I'm a little stuffy, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Let's do this. So we're fighting here. The Cinderace is trying to 1v2 duel me and the Garchomp, and he does actually pop the Unite move. That's what I was scared of. I sort of backed off from that. I didn't want to get popped by the big giant Pyro Ball. And unfortunately, the Garchomp does get taken out by that. But I'm able to use the move speed. I heal off that Corphish right there with a GigaDrain. I use the move speed of Pedal Dance to just zoom all the way out of there. It's the fastest hopping frog you've ever seen. So I'm going to jump back over the wall here. I'm going to rejoin my team for the fight, and I do end up getting picked off. So that was a little bit of calculation and poor positioning on my part. But it does get to show off, like, you gotta make sure with this build, because even if you go like the full tank, you're not a tank character, you're not a defender class, so your sustainability is actually quite limited. I actually had somebody else the other night try to run Venusaur, and they kept saying, dude, I don't understand, I just keep getting melted. I keep getting melted. I'm just getting one shot. And a lot of it's about positioning. So that particular fight, I was a little bit out of position. I didn't have enough health. I didn't have the cooldowns ready. And I should have backed off and waited for my team to get a better engage, and I just clean up afterwards. So as you can see here, I go back to the mid and I clean up all of the orbs that nobody picked up. Make sure that my pocket's nice and full. The enemy team does take Dread, but this is their first one in the game. And I'm just going to sneak in because they're fighting all the way at that first goal. I'm like, I can sneak in my 33. And if they come back to stop me, as you can see right there, the Cinderace is coming to stop me. I could just go farm their jungle and get out easy because I have so much move speed. My potion's up, my Unite move is up. Like, there's not a whole lot that I should be worried about. And for people who are wondering, this is my personal opinion, but the reason that I run potion on this particular build is there's sort of a lot of reasons. You can run X speed and you can run button obviously. Button's good on every poke. It's just a free flash. But I like Potion on this build because it adds to the sustain you already have by being tanky. From the damage reduction after Giga Drain, you get health back from Giga Drain, and it helps you stay in the fight longer. So I do end up picking up this Cram right here. I'm just going to kind of chase him down, and you can see the massive AoE damage. Like, there's nowhere he can go. I can just stick to him because I had a decent early game. Even with one death, I was able to stay relevant. And you can see that I'm able to just pick up that kill for free. So the rest of my team is taking... I was basically pushing off the enemy team because they were kind of scattered. I want to make sure that they didn't have their damage to converge on our bird, on the Zapdos. So that's kind of why I went for the Cramorant. And I scored my points there. And now we're just going to go with the team, and we're going to have a nice cleanup. Again, this isn't one of those games to show off. Like, oh, look how good I did this game. Because that's not what this one is about. This is the sort of the guide for how I, or we at the PMC, like to play this particular new version. Or, again, this is my favorite version of Venus since day one on Unite. So, I'm glad that it's buffed. I do like his damage output. I like his survivability. There is risk-reward. I do like that sort of mid-range dot damage. I'm really, really happy with that. Able to get a lot of points this game, able to get a lot of kills this game, did a lot of damage. It was just a really good solo queue match, and I only wanted to upload it, not necessarily because it was like the best video content that we had, because it's really not. This game was just sort of all over the place. It's just one of those solo queue games that you guys have had before, where it's just sort of a raffle stomp for no particular reason. They just give you the win from the get-go. But this is just good footage to have behind us while we talk about this new build. I'm really curious. Have you guys tested out this new build running Venusaur with the new buffed version of GigaDrain and PedalDance combo? And if so, what items do you like to run on it, both in your held items and your battle items? We do pick up the MVP, score a whole bunch of points. You can see we were never really in fear of losing the game. But that is how it goes. Really appreciate you guys checking this out. Let us know in the comments below. And until next time, I'm Gym Leader Justin. Class is dismissed.